Hey guys, it's Nanomachines, and hello once more. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything because, well, first off, I've been busy, and second off, I've had definitely not an eye infection. Anyway, so, Wizards of the Coast has graciously granted me yet another card to reveal for you guys, and if you saw at the start of the video, I am revealing Gears. Autobot Gears and his, frankly, insane stratagem called Sabotage. Now, Sabotage is really interesting, but let's go to Gears first, because I want to get to Gears. Let's go to the character that's tied to, and to be perfectly honest with you, a really interesting character, because first off, Gears is a 7-star character, and that opens him up to be played in 5Y lists. Now, normally when you have something like the Off-Road Patrol, for example, you have Powertrain with his 5 stars, you have 2 4-stars, and another 5-star. Excuse me. Anyway, you have Gears, and he's a 7-star character, and normally you have that 5-wide list, where it's 4 guys at 18 stars and 1 7-star guy, or 1 6-star guy with a 5-star and a bunch of other stuff. Either way, you have that extra spot that's at most 7 stars. Gears can fit into that, and he has some really impressive abilities for that. So not only is he actually quite bulky in his with his 3 defense in his robot mode and his 2 defense in his alt mode, he's actually really quite impressive in an aggro build, because, for example, say you've gone first, right? You've attacked with somebody, and then they've played an armor. And you get to say, oh, well, you've played an armor. Well, guess what I get to do? I get to flip Gears and then return that armor back into your hand. This even works if you're going second or something. I don't know. Either way, like, if you're going first, you get to swing with Gears in his alt mode. And then they get to attack him, probably do nothing to him because he has some actually pretty moderate defense. And then you flip into robot mode on the next turn when they've played an armor, and then you get to attack again with another character. He's really good at that. So, like, you have decks that, like, really try to get as many armors as possible, really many utilities and stuff like that in play. He's really good at removing them. He gets really good at just messing with that. Like, because not only does his robot mode effectively remove an armor from the field, I mean, sure, putting it back into your opponent's hand, it's really doesn't seem as bad as it really is, because you're removing, like, they could just play it again, but they're still playing that same card again. They're not really doing anything to advance their board state. So, like, you remove it from the field, they don't get that effect, and if they do play it the next turn, you can flip Gears back and just move it to a character that you don't really care about. It's really quite impressive, the amount of value that you can get out of Gears, because you can, again, flip him back to robot mode that next turn and pop another upgrade. He's really disruptive, and I really like him. And, like, he's really good in his stats because he's cheap, he's also bulky, and he's also really good against a lot of the meta decks right now, like, you know, General Prime, which has a lot of upgrades in the field. Like, he can remove an energy pack, because, like, they can play an energy pack off the top of the deck, and you go like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that back into your hand, I guess. Oh dear. He's just really solid at that. I really like him a lot. But I think something that makes him just ultimately a fantastic card for cards that can have, like, an 8-star spot on their build is his stratagem, which is Sabotage. Because Sabotage is absolutely positively insane against combo decks. And it's even good against things like cards and stuff like that. But basically, what Sabotage does is it prevents you from prevents your opponent from activating cards that they own. That's cards in general, not just, oh, the upgrade that they played isn't going to activate. Like, it's the characters as well. So it prevents triggered abilities from playing upgrades from happening. So, for example, Field Communicator, is it going to play a top card of your deck? Wheeljack, is it going to activate when you play an upgrade? When you have a lot of combo decks, they tend to play a lot of upgrades, and those upgrades usually play other upgrades or other cards out of their deck. So Sabotage kind of just raw dogs them. Like, they're not going to do anything. And that's what I really, really love about it, because it is so easy to tech into your deck. Because, again, you can have a Gears main boarded and just shave something else off, save like a star, and then just side in the Sabotage. Now, something else that I really wanted to point out here is, if you notice, Sabotage is a Decepticon card. Now, I don't know if you've watched the 1980s cartoon, but in that TV show, there was an episode called Changing Gears. Now, Gears himself, he's a really bitter guy. He just complains all the time. No one likes Gears. They just feel like, you're useful, but I hate you. Megatron sees that Gears is a very intelligent person and says, well, I don't like you either, but I'm going to brainwash you and make you work for me. And he basically turns off the part of Malcolm that makes him angry and just makes him very agreeable. It's where the quote comes up where, like, Ironhide looks at Megatron and goes, "You monsters! You made him nice!" And it's a great little nod that Sabotage is the Decepticon card, because he's like being brainwashed by the Decepticons. It's changing gears. It's really, really a great little nod there that I'm really glad they put in, because of course Changing Gears is honestly one of my favorite episodes. Gears as a whole he sets a precedent, right? You remember a while back when they banned multi-mission gear? They had mentioned, just a little offhandedly, that they were thinking about bringing back swap parts. And it caused a little bit of a ripple in the community where they're going like, but what if swap parts? Oh my god! Swap parts being turned off by Sabotage might just mean that they're going to print or reprint swap parts in this set. They might hold on and say, okay, well, maybe it's only legal in limited, or maybe it's like something like that, just to have it a trial run, because, again, what you don't want to have is gears in every sideboard. Because, like, we ran into the same thing with Turbo Board, right? The Cog Red Heat that Kent and I worked on for like 9 months. God, we worked on that deck for so long. Like, oh my god, it's not 9 months, of course, because but it was a matter of months that we worked on that deck. And to see Turbo Board come out, oh, I was so crushed. But anyway, Turbo Board was a thing that they figured was going to stop Cog, and it was in every single sideboard. It was like Get Combo was manipulating the format. And what I don't want to see is gears in every sideboard, because frankly, that would get a little ridiculous. Because again, it would be the same thing as Turbo Board. Except, of course, gears actually isn't useless, unlike Turbo Board, who is very useless. But anyway, yeah, no, it's a fantastic card. It is definitely worth playing, in my opinion. I think, especially for a common, there are a lot of things to love about Gears, and I think there are even more things to love about Sabotage. And I think more than anything else, swap parts coming back into the meta, I don't know how to feel about it, because on one hand you have things like the aerial bots who really love swap parts because they had 2 armed hovercraft and you can swap them around and like activate it again. Really cool stuff. But you also have things like Swoop There It Is coming around this format where they just explode their field, right? And swap parts could just make that deck even more broken, and like then Gears would be mandatory. Like you would see him in every single thing to try to counter, like Gears and Turbo Board probably, in order to counter the swarm of Springer decks that would be flying around. But again, I'm just purely talking out of my hat here. I'm just saying, like, what do I think is going to be broken? I guess Springer? I don't know. There's so much unknown, and that's just on contingency that swap parts is either unbanned or reprinted. Either way, it's the future, and that's unknowable. But I hope you really enjoyed this reveal, because I sure as heck did. I am honestly ecstatic that Wizard of the Coast has once again come to me and said, hey, you want to reveal a card? Again, I don't believe it either. I mean, look at me. Anyway, thanks again to Wizard of the Coast for letting me reveal Gears. Again, he is awesome, and I love this. And I will see you around sometime. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading as much to my channel in the future, because my college is really cranking up, and I do have a job, so not a lot of time in between all of those to squeeze out regular content. But if I have something to say, I will make a video on it, and I will put it out. So, until then, I will see you around, and thanks for watching.